Specialist at the UF Teaching Center. In this video session, we'll be going over beginning of the semester tips. So let's start by talking about how to get off to a good start. Well, momentum is very important and much of life involves cascading. So at the beginning of the semester, we want to start off on a positive note so that positive habits take over and we're constantly ahead of the game. If we start off on a negative note, we might fall behind and it can be much more difficult to catch up at the end of the semester. So use the start of a new semester to start with positive momentum. And then next, the beginning of the semester is an excellent time to plan ahead and divide and conquer. You'll have a lot of projects and maybe exams that are looming towards the end of the semester, but if you plan ahead for them, you'll be able to manage your time wisely and be well prepared. So if you have a large paper, it could be very beneficial to start out by brainstorming and outlining the paper before you sit down to write. And then when you're ready to sit down to write, you can draft your paper into smaller bits so that you don't have to write the whole thing in one sitting. And then if you've done all this in a timely manner, you'll have plenty of time to revise and polish your paper before it's due. Next, we have large readings that may be assigned at the beginning of the semester and that you're expected to finish by the end. We'll divide your readings into smaller chunks, such as by chapters or by pages. Create mini due dates for yourself, such as having to read X number of chapters per week or whatever number of pages per day. By doing so, you won't be leaving it all to the last minute. And then of course we have midterm and final exams. Don't leave your studying to the last minute. Break it up into smaller chunks and be specific when you say that you're going to sit down and study. You want to know what chapters you expect to cover so that way you can monitor your progress and know that you're covering all of the material. Also, follow the 40-20-40 plan for success. 40% of success comes from the pre-event, so that means preparing. 20% of success comes from the actual event, so when you're actually taking the exam. And then 40% comes from after the event. When you're finished taking your exam, you want to make sure that you review it to see where you struggled and how you can improve. All of these strategies fall under the distributed practice effect, which states that shorter, frequent study sessions are more beneficial than long cramming sessions. At the beginning of the semester, it's important to set up a continuous feedback loop as well. There are multiple review strategies. Review your notes daily to reinforce the material, and then review them on a weekly basis to see if you have any issues that you need to cover with your professors or TAs. And then also, of course, you want to study right before the exam and review your notes. In your weekend reviews, if you find that you have any issues, shift your priorities when necessary, adjust your goals to fit them, and make sure that you're flexible in your schedule. If you do find that you have a problem, seek help early. If you catch and respond to any problems earlier, the fix is much less difficult and painful. Your weekend review might turn up a problem. Discuss it with your professor or TA so that you can get help. And then use the quizzes and questions at the end of the chapter to make sure that you know what you're reading and to see if you do have to ask your professors for additional assistance. At the beginning of the semester, set some goals for yourself. Make sure that they're tangible and specific, that they're achievable and ambitious, and that also that they're short-term and long-term as well so that you can constantly be checking your progress. For more information on how to set a good goal, check out our video resources page. Additionally, here are some things that you should watch out for throughout the semester. Procrastination, it's one of the biggest academic career killers ever. So make sure that you're not procrastinating and you start off on a positive note. Also, lost inspiration. Expect a natural letdown about a month into the semester and be prepared for it. If you started out on a positive note and if you got yourself ahead of the game, then this shouldn't be too much of a problem. Also, be prepared for the New Year's resolution syndrome. Sometimes we set overly ambitious goals for ourselves that we aren't quite able to achieve. So if you notice this happening, reevaluate your goals and set some new ones. For additional resources, check out the UF Teaching Center page. We have individual appointments for our study skills sessions, we have video resources on a variety of topics, and we have walk-in and private tutoring for your course-specific questions. We look forward to seeing you soon, and good luck!
The Teaching Center, UF's Learning Resource Center.